Welcome back to another Alliance War video. This is season 29 now, going into the first war of the season against Newn. Very strong alliance, as people already know, usually top 3 contenders. And in this war, I'm given Dr. Doom, and I try and grab him there, but for whatever reason I can't. Human Torch and Magneto. Now, it's been a long time since I've actually used Magneto in a war. I'm pretty confident, but yeah, it's been a while. Forgot to pick an attacker tactic there just because, yeah, Gabama not great at them most of the time, and I don't even know if it really properly works this season or not. It probably doesn't. So we get Path 6 in this first section here against this Tigra. This is my only fight of this section right now. I checked in my overflow and I had this 20% boost expiring. I've already got loads of 10% champion boosts, and I don't really need to boost very hard for this Tigra. It's a pretty simple fight, to be honest. Yeah, so again, just try and keep up your attacks as much as possible. Go for the initial parry off the start there, but she doesn't. The AI doesn't play ball with me and doesn't attack me straight away, so I'm a little bit short. I have to do Tigra on map 7. What's yours is mine node, so I'm quite confident with all of her special attacks. I don't want to obviously get hit by the special 2 if I'm in the corner, but hey, sometimes you just got to let things happen. She hits me a few times there, don't know why, must have been just bad play from me. And yeah, that's the fight done. I move up to the Mr. Negative here, just to use some energy for an alliance mate in case they wake up to do the fight. And that's it for section 1. So we're coming into this Ebony Moor now, technically at the end of section 1, but going into section 2. Teammate there, as you can see, has popped the Flame On ability on for me. So it's obviously going to be a Human Torch fight. Ebony Moor here on the power snack. It's not too difficult, I'd say. It'd be a lot more difficult if these master alliances and tier 1 sort of alliances had the high ground tactics available, but luckily we don't right now. So yeah, just put an invulnerable boost on just to be sure, because again, we're coming against Newn, and yeah, it's always a relatively close alliance war whenever we face these guys. Both alliances tend to normally try and play the best. Admittedly, this alliance war may have been probably one of the worst in a little while for both alliances together. There, he gained the degen on me because, you know, it's more, and I dexterity and gave him some power. I don't ever mind. My initial plan was doing this, and I did check, and I don't really ever suffer with Ebony Moor and the special 3 after. So here I was just kind of trying to do a bit more damage, just trying to end the fight quick. And again, as soon as saying that and as soon as thinking it, I messed up because I then let them throw a special 3 at me, which meant the fight went on for longer. But I've got the invuln boost, it doesn't do anything to me, and they instantly die from the Nova Flames as soon as it's done. So at this point, while I was doing the fight, I actually had one of my alliance mates tagging me online and telling me to move and get that fight done. So yeah, luckily I turned off all notifications so it didn't come through, but I just thought that was funny. The Human Torch then here on Sasquatch, so I used my pre-fight because I knew I wasn't going to need it somewhere else. You don't need the pre-fight, it just makes it a little bit quicker. As you can see here, Sasquatch, I've done it a few times on Encroaching Stun. If you've ever watched any of my videos, I just seem to be sent here a lot. It's a pretty common placement for Sasquatch. And in this fight, you'll see why. So normally this doesn't quite happen. So I play a bit smarter here, wait for the special attack timer to come around, throw the special attack. Now I've got to try and bait a special 2. And as you can see there with Sasquatch, that as soon as they get to the 6th Wrath, they actually go into the Wrath straight away. So now, because of the what's it called, the node I was just talking about, not the Encroaching Stun, the Special Reserve, that was the one, they just don't ever seem to lose power. So yeah, throw a special one there just because I needed some damage and to get myself out the corner. I knew that would kill them, and yeah. So even without an inborn, relatively low boosted, as you can see, that fight doesn't take long. And if Sasquatch didn't go into the Wrath when they did, it would have been even easier. So after having a chat with a few of the Alliance mates here, we decided to start closing up the war up here for our battle group. I was going to do an extra mini-boss, but they just decided to take it off me, in terms of just in case we did get close to a tiebreaker situation for the time. I don't like the fact that the tiebreakers are decided on time taken in the fights, but it's what Kabam decided is a just way to figure out these wars. So at this point we dropped a couple of deaths, not very well. I think it was 2 deaths to a stealth Spidey on Rage, and I think 2 was to a long shot. It wasn't this battle group, but still costing wars. So yeah, coming to this fight here, I spoke to the officers who told me to just use Repeato as normal. Not really face Psycho Man that much. Not really the biggest fan of the champions. I think I get tagged somewhere around here. There we go. I lose all my indestructible charges, which is nice. I was planning on, if I needed to, taking a special free and taking damage, but potentially covering myself as well, because special free puts a stun and a heal block on it, I believe. So yeah, I'm just sat here with 4 bars of power. I decided to throw it, just to see what damage it's going to do. As you can see, even boosted, yeah, it did nothing. So here I've triggered a spike, I'm trying to clear it. It's still gaining power because obviously I've thrown the special free and given myself a fury buff. So here we go, take a special free, the plan was this before. Indestructible and vulnerable would have just taken this damage from. And yeah, I get smacked there. Luckily, because of the ability accuracy reduction, I don't get stunned. Yeah, so down as normal. Special one there, like that. Psycho Man with his defender, this stance has changed dependent on your bars of power, so it changes every time you use a bar of power. So here I'm just kind of like trying to clear off the spike. I'm just trying to see if I can slow down the amount of again, so we can stop for any special contact constantly. So there, as you can see, they go back into the block phase, so now I've got to be careful. I've got a spike here as well. Yeah. 2 to the face, forgot that was unblockable. Get the concussion there. So that was again very unfortunate. Yeah, just trying to finish the fight here. In honesty, I just wasted time here. When I did it, I may as well just light it once more and end the fight quicker than watching the special free animation. Come across Dark Hawk here. Again, I've still got an indestructible boost on, or I should have here. Decided to go put another one on now, just because that last fight took so long and I still need to use my meter again. So I'm trying to think about these health potions that Kabam gave us, just a little bit more, I guess, effectively and resourcefully. Just because they're going to stop giving them to us as compensation at some point soon, and the game actually is fully operational in terms of issues that it seems to have for some users. This fight here is just basically a parry heavy fight, so I get special free. I think it's normally around 20 heavy attacks, I think, unless you have any other power gaining benefits on this node with affinity transference. Dark Corp is going to get to special 3s and stuff because special 3 quicker. As you can see there, one indestructible used up to 2 bars of power. Yeah, just keep loading the prowess up. Loading it. Not worried about Dark Corp again. Not worried about any of the special attacks really. If he throws a special 1, he gets to a special 3. That'll make a difference. I'm still indestructible. Throw a special 3 there, and as you can see, it's so not bad. Get out of that fight as soon as possible. Move into this fight. Was given Dr. Doom just for this fight. We have to watch out for the global is this season. Doesn't really make a difference to most defenders. But it just means that Professor X will gain a little bit more power. So yeah, there we go. He's throwing it there, throwing the first special 1. I don't really mind either of Professor X's specials. I'm just there. I've got to get rid of the Falter, get a little bit of power. Again, use Doom's special 1 to get rid of that and gain my own power, trying to control the Doom cycle. And here, because of the indestructible bar 2, I decided to attack there. Wait, clear that, then go into the Doom cycle here and try and do as much as I can. Obviously the worst thing I could do now is to try and throw a special 3. Then Falter, they still take the damage, but then I just wouldn't be able to get rid of the power they have. So here, again, just go up to that. They get the indestructible, but it gets instantly taken off. Special nullify ability, throw a special 2, and yeah. Finish the fight, 100% health, no worries, easy as you like. Yeah, so originally the plan was for me to do the 4 Ragnarok with Human Torch, but again, like I said, we changed that to be Ghost. So we decided between ourselves that I would then, well, still boosted slightly, I'd go in and do the Ultron on the Safeguard mode with Magneto. So if you run, I think it's 1 point in Pacify, we'll see it in a second, so put Dexterity on, 1 in Petrify, yeah, and just 1 in Pacify here. While stunned, they get 10% ability accuracy reduction. Obviously with Magneto against metal champions, they get 90% anyway. So if they're stunned and you attack them, technically while stunned, they have 100% ability accuracy reduction. So here, just change my masteries quickly just for this fight. Go into this Ultron here. Yes, they said no, don't worry about anything with this Ultron, just worry about in his evading phase. Just do like parry and heavy. I do think the buff on Ultron was good in terms of using them as an attacking champion. Defending one is probably made it easier to beat now. You don't have to watch out or kind of try and count out so many seconds time. You don't have to worry about that. So here, just gonna parry and heavy. Just because the evade time goes up, as you can see on the screen. As much as I can. Yeah, and keep my powers up at the same time. The plan of this fight is to stun them, the special 3 while stunned, so that the 100% ability accuracy will take down the Safeguard node, and it should just be a quick kill. So here, I decide to take special 1, and then I'll wait and think, oh, I'll charge my powers, and then by the time it happens, I can't re-parry again, and lose all my powers, so what I should have done is just 35 or whatever it was, to kill them anyway. And just stun them and throw a special 3 just like this. As you can see, Safeguard with normal cap at 1%. Because of the ability accuracy reduction. So yeah, a nice easy fight, nothing to worry about, makes Ultron quite easy. At this point the war was, I think it was either tied or very close, but we ended up winning it out. So GG to Newn. Hope they have a good season, and I'll see you in the next video.